Hey, everybody, welcome to Jimmy's Little Corner, the greatest corner in the whole wide world. Well, it is for me. It's my favorite corner and got the juice of champions right here. It's not Gatorade. Pepsi makes you go, It really does. You know, yesterday, if you remember, the Carnation powdered milk commercial with Vicki Lawrence. I don't know if anybody realized that Vicki Lawrence had stole a line from a famous movie and to use in that commercial. And I don't know if anybody ever caught it. So anyway, here's the line in the commercial. And tell me if you can remember the movie it came from.
Carnation instant milk. Good for you and your budget, too.
Okay. Now, in case you don't remember, it's okay because a lot of people don't. Here's the line from the actual movie.
Carnation instant milk. Good for you and your budget, too.
That's right. The evil witch was actually trying to help Dorothy stretch her food dollar, and they took that and they stole it, flat out stole it, and used it for a Carnation dry powdered milk commercial. I think it's like, man, and they never even got credit. But yes, the wicked witch, as they call her on there, was like, yeah, you and your little budget too. Yeah. But if you think about it, look at this picture of Dorothy and the good witch. The good witch wasn't that good. Look at her dressed in that fancy dress with that little wand that she would carry around, and she could have anything she wanted just by waving that wand. And then you got Dorothy in front of her, and she's like, she needs all the help she can get. She got a tablecloth for a dress, and she's got a dog she can't even afford to get his hair done. It's looking pretty scraggly. And that good witch really did kept dragging her through that whole movie. I mean, eventually she said, hey, just tap your heels together 3 times and say there's no place like home and you can go home. It's like, you finally tell me this? I've been out here for fucking 2 weeks, for crying out loud. No. But she did. She needed all the help she can get. The witch was evil for trying to help her stretch her dollar. And in the end, the evil witch gets crushed by a HUD house, and you got all these little monkeys that are like, damn, she's gone. Yeah, she's gone. So, kind of an evil movie. But more evil powdered milk commercial for stealing the line without credit. So there you go, Vicki. Yeah, didn't even give credit. Okay, but anyway, back in the 70s, since I'm on this little stretch your food dollar kick this week, powdered milk was not the only way to help save money in the household, and there was another way to do it.
Meat prices are sky high, and I'm trying to keep my food budget down to earth.
Hi, I can help.
The helping hand from Hamburger Helper.
At your service.
You can help me save?
Sure, because Hamburger Helper can help you turn just 1 pound of hamburger into a delicious hearty dish. In a snap, enough for your whole family.
Mom, this tastes good.
And it keeps your budget from getting out of hand. Hamburger Helper, when you need a helping hand.
That's right. Hamburger Helper was a talking glove that had a conscience that was a helping hand, always there for Mom. Now, if you ever saw any of the commercials with Dad in the kitchen, he was crying, he was frustrated because he couldn't cook, while that one little glove was keeping him distracted, and the other gloves were upstairs helping Mom. That's right. That's where the OJ's got glove train. Yeah. You want some love? Jump on the glove train. Kind of a weird undertone to that little helping glove. But, you know, if I lived in my kitchen and I saw a glove that was talking to me and my family, I would probably get the broom and start swinging. My grandmother would have beat his ass with that broom. But I'm just saying, there's some weird things happening back then. But speaking of Hamburger Helper, have you ever tried to eat the ingredients straight from the box? I mean, it's almost like they're impossible to eat, and this is supposed to be considered food. Now, I know you're supposed to cook it boiling water with your potatoes and let it simmer to a lovely patina of edible goodness, but the ingredients by themselves, the first Hamburger Helper, I think, was those potato discs, that stroganoff thing, and it had those discs in there that were supposed to be potatoes, but you try eating them and you'd almost break your teeth. It was almost like they were plastic. And what about the pasta? I mean, I know dried pasta is a little tough, but you can at least crunch it. This was almost uncrunchable. And what about the vegetables? Even the vegetables didn't even seem right. My gosh, it makes me thirsty thinking about it. Come to think of it, everything in the box is impossible to eat until you cook it to a certain temperature with enough water. So it would seem to me that we've been eating GMOs and genetically modified food for a long time. So if you think about it, if you ever watched the TV series Mad Men, there was an episode where they were doing a pitch for Lucky Strike. And he said, you know what? They're toasted. And then he says, oh, give me the process for how you make tobacco. And he said, well, we take a seed that's been altered to resist pesticides, like right there. Boom. They've been doing GMO seeds since the 50s, possibly the 40s, maybe even as far back as the 30s. They've always been GMOs. There's always been GMF. And what made Hamburger Helper so cheap is because, like everything else that we even buy now that's cheap, is really not even really good quality. It's bad. So Hamburger Helper was and probably still is imitation food, and we just don't even realize it. And we didn't realize it, but it did help stretch that dollar, even though it did not help Dorothy get back to Kansas any faster. So I would have to ask, why do people hate GMOs and GMF so much when they've always consumed them? Kind of weird. Anyway, don't trust any good witches because they're all bitches. And always trust the bad witches because they're trying to help you stretch your food dollar. Pepsi is not GMO. It's all natural. And I don't need Vicki Lawrence telling me what's good and what's not. So, y'all have a good one. Enjoy. And keep watching your friends and listening to WJIM.